Hello, everybody. My name is Erica Slayton, and I am the Military One Source Program Manager for the Department of Defense, coming to you with another COVID-19 update. Now, there is no doubt that this pandemic has disrupted a lot in 2020. We've all had to adjust in unanticipated ways, especially as it relates to pursuing and continuing our education. I want you to know that Military OneSource has a wonderful specialty consultation to assist service members and military families with their educational goals. And joining me to tell you all about it is Michelle Kane, who is an education consultant with Military OneSource. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm well, Erica. Thank you.
Great. Well, Michelle, we're so happy to have you. Will you please introduce yourself and just share a little bit about your background?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Hi, I'm Michelle Kane. I do work for Military One Source as an education consultant, excuse me. My dad was a retired Navy veteran, and my mother works at the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society still.
Great, Michelle. So definitely a military connection there. And you have that personal experience where you can definitely relate to our military community. So we're talking about education consultations. Can you share what is an education specialty consultation?
Yeah, of course. So an education specialty consultation is really just a discussion. It's a conversation that we have with the participant that calls in, and we talk about what their needs are, whether it's the service member that is needing assistance, their spouse, their children. We can help all of them. And it's just a discussion to determine what is going to be the best course of action and what resources are going to be the most useful to them.
Mhm. Michelle, I bet you provide a lot of resources and information for our service members and families. What are some of the most common questions or areas of concern from military families related to education?
So we do get an awful lot of education requests, but two of the most common that we get are financial assistance for private school, usually K through 12, and then any kind of scholarship resources that we're able to provide as well.
Really great. And we know, especially, education can be very expensive. And so to be
Mhm.
able to have this resource is extremely, extremely important. So can you share how can an education consultant like you help, especially when military families are adjusting to all of the changes that are imposed by COVID-19?
So we definitely have seen an increase in parents looking for resources for like I said, the financial assistance for K through 12, because they are having different policies than some of the public schools are having with regards to in-person versus virtual learning. And some of the children just aren't, flourishing or thriving with the virtual learning. And because some private schools have the in-person learning, they're looking for those resources. Um, Again, some of the children just aren't thriving with the virtual learning, so they need help with tutoring resources. And so whether that's online resources, online tutoring programs, or possibly in-person tutoring, we've also reached out to learning centers. Some learning centers are offering virtual one-on-one tutoring, the same that they would get in a center. And then some learning centers are still offering, in-person resources as well, to kind of help kids. Everybody's worried about their children falling behind during this time because parents aren't teachers. They didn't go to school. I personally couldn't help anybody over the age of 10 with their math homework. So I definitely can understand parents are having struggles, keeping their kids, or not only with their homework but with the actual lessons. And so the learning centers and the in-home tutoring resources are definitely in high demand because it's something that we've all had to adapt to, especially during the pandemic times.
Yeah. Absolutely. I have a friend who is a military spouse and a teacher, and she was trying to explain to me the new math. I'm dating
Oh.
myself. She tried to explain the new math to me, and I was Okay, I kind of get it. But so I definitely understand
Mhm,
what parents are going through. And Michelle, that's really great that you offer those tutoring resources.
mhm,
And I know you help more than children and parents, but service members as well. Really, the entire
mhm.
military community who's eligible for Military One Source services. So, can you just share a story about how you have impacted our service members and families related to this education consultation?
Of course. So we do offer like a wide variety of the resources through the education consultation. You know, aside from the financial assistance for private school, we can help individuals find, GED tutoring programs or the resources to study for the GED. We can help them locate, like I said, the scholarship information because school is expensive. And so one specific success story that I do have is I had a service member that was looking specifically for an online bachelor's degree of biology, but he was looking specifically for schools that offered a military rate per credit hour of $152. And it couldn't be any more than that because that's what his tuition assistance was going to be able to reimburse him for. And we all know school is very expensive. And so when you can get assistance, you don't necessarily want to pay more than what they're giving you for the assistance because you're going to have to pay for your room and your board. And if you're able to work part time or possibly full time, your school supplies, your books, they're all really expensive. So we had to kind of dig deep and I think we found 3 schools that offered exactly what he was looking for at exactly the right, credit rate per hour. And it was really nice to be able to find exactly what he was looking for, knowing that it was something that he was struggling to find himself.
That is amazing how that you could get down to that level of specificity
Mhm.
for our service members. And I just want to remind military spouses, if you are looking to pursue some educational goals, you can reach out to Military One Source to get connected to the Spouse Education and Career Opportunities Program or SECO program. So again, just know that we are here to support you every step of the way through COVID-19 and beyond. Michelle, it's just been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing all of that fantastic information with us. And I want to tell our viewers again, thank you for joining for today's COVID-19 update and have a great rest of the week, everybody. Take
Thank you,
care.
Erica.
Mhm.